from Bud Werner Memorial Library with another Little Crafters at Home story time to share with you. This week we are reading about mittens and hats and coats and all the warm, cozy clothes that keep us warm all winter long. So our craft is our mitten puzzle, where you can match up the number of snowflakes to the number on the other mitten or by color. Lots of fun games to play with our mittens. And let's get started with our hello song. Can we put on our mittens? Ready? My mittens say hello, my mittens say hello. Every time I see my friends, my mittens say hello. Good job. Put on your hat. My hat says hello, my hat says hello. Every time I see my friends, my hat says hello. Good job. And can we put on our coat? My coat says hello, my coat says hello. Every time I see my friends, my coat says hello. All right, my friends, we are ready for our first story called Goat's Coat. There is that goat in his nice coat. Oh, it's yellow and green. It's got a nice collar and pocket. Let me tell you the tale of Alfonso the goat, who was terribly proud of his lovely new coat. It had shiny bright buttons all made out of glass and a collar the color of freshly cut grass. He does look very nice in his coat. People turned to admire as Alfonso walked by. What a marvelous coat, he heard someone sigh. Alfonso was happy. He pranced and he skipped, but he heard a sad noise croaking out of a ditch. Deep down in the ditch was a family of frogs. They used to live there in a mossy old log. But the log wasn't there. It had rotted away, and the frogs from the log now had nowhere to stay. Oh, so sad. The frogs were distraught. Please help us, they cried. And Alfonso felt sorry for them, so he tried. He unpicked some stitches upon his new coat, and using the fabric, helped make them a boat. It's from the sleeve of his coat. The frogs were delighted. He just made their day. Oh, thank you, they croaked, as they all sailed away. Alfonso's new coat didn't quite look so smart, but he felt a warm glow in the depths of his heart. He clipped happily on till he came to a shed. The sound from within filled Alfonso with dread. What could possibly make such a sad sound as that? Alfonso peered in. Then he saw it. A cat. The cat was trembling and terribly pale. It was clear to see that she'd hurt her tail. Alfonso got busy and cleaned up the cut. Then, using his coat, he bandaged it up. The cat was so glad, so grateful and happy, but Alfonso's coat was now looking quite ratty. He took the bottom of his coat and made her a bandage for her tail. He clip-clopped along through the crisp winter's day. He was whistling a song when a hen came his way. The hen was upset. She'd lost one of her chicks. Could this be something Alfonso could fix? Together, the hen and Alfonso looked around, but the hen's little chick just couldn't be found. Then somewhere up high, a voice cried, "Help me!" And there was the chick stuck up in a tree. So Alfonso removed even more of his coat and tied it together to make a long rope. He gritted his teeth, then climbed up like a rocket. He came down again with a chick in his pocket. Alfonso's new coat was now looking a mess. Still, what's done is done. It was all for the best. He saved the chick. As Alfonso walked on, there were more problems still, but he helped solve them all with his coat and his skill. Alfonso's new coat was now just a few threads, but he thought of the good deeds that he'd done instead. The weather grew colder, snow fell all around. Poor coatless Alfonso trudged back toward town. We made a little tent for the hedgehogs and a scarf to keep the bunny warm. And now he has no coat. The blizzard grew worse. It got colder and colder. Alfonso took shelter behind a large boulder. Alfonso was freezing, and night would soon fall, and so he curled up in a cold little ball. But then he heard voices ringing out through the night. Someone was shining around a bright light. What do we think it's going to be? Here came the frogs and the cat and the hen. He wasn't alone. He'd been found by his friends. Seeing them all made Alfonso feel better, and not only that, they had brought him a sweater. They had made it themselves from the things they could find, a gift to Alfonso for being so kind. Isn't that sweater so nice? It's going to keep him all cozy warm. And so our dear goat had made best friends forever, and he wore his new sweater whatever the weather. What fun! He did all those nice things and made such good friends, and then they took care of him too. His nice goat coat and sweater. So fun. All right, my friends, let's sing our first winter wear song. I'm just gonna pop up over here. All right, are we ready to get bundled up, my friends? Let's start with our hat. A hat goes on my head, a hat goes on my head. In winter time to keep me warm, a hat goes on my head. Good job. And boots go on my feet, and boots go on my feet. In winter time to keep me warm, boots go on my feet. Good job. And a coat goes on my body, a coat goes on my body. In winter time to keep me warm, a coat goes on my body. Good job. And mittens go on my hands, mittens go on my hands. In winter time to keep me warm, mittens go on my hands. That was good. Did you put your hat on and your mittens? Stay nice and warm. All right, let's read our next story. One mitten. What color is her mitten? It's yellow, but just one. Let's see. One mitten, yellow and bright, fits on my left hand. Or on my right. One mitten can wave a mitten hello. One mitten can make a shadow show with shadow shapes of a mitten whale and a slow, slow mitten snail. One mitten is a hat for a rooster's head or a very small mitten bag bed. Very cozy. One mitten is a mitten flag. Whose tail is it on? The doggy tail. Hold still, Daisy. wag, Daisy, wag. One mitten gives my sleepy cat a soft one mitten pat. And then under the cat, some yellow fuzz. What do we think that is? My other mitten. So that's where it is. That's silly. Two mittens can clap, flap mitten wings, and make mitten ears. Lots of two mitten things. Whoa, she's busy. Two mittens windshield wipe the frosty glass. It's snowing outside, covering up the grass. Two mittens make binocular eyes. Two mittens wave mitten goodbyes. She gonna go outside and play? Then one mitten, yellow and bright, holds my friend's hand, warm and tight. Two friends with mittens, we're ready to go, skipping mitten warm into the snow. What fun, and there are mittens. Oh my goodness, she had fun with her mittens. That was awesome. And I have some mittens here. Can you help me count how many I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And one of these mittens is holding a snowball. But what color do we think it is? I spy with my little eye the purple mitten. Raise your hand if you think it's the purple mitten. Let's see. No snowball. I spy with my little eye the green mitten. Raise your hand if you think it's the green mitten that has the snowball. Let's see. No snowball. I spy with my little eye a pink mitten. Raise your hand if you think it's the pink mitten with the snowball. Let's see. Oh no. It must still be here. I spy with my little eye a blue mitten. Raise your hand if you think it's the blue mitten. Let's see. Oh, no, no snowball. So I spy with my little eyes a red mitten. Raise your hand if you think it's the red mitten. There's the snowball. Good job. We found it. Nicely done, my friends. All right, let's read our next story. This one's about a hat. Harold loves his woolly hat. A little bear with a hat on. I guess that bears could get chilly too, huh? Harold loves to wear his woolly hat. Ooh, he's making snowmen, or are they snow bears? Oh, good job, Harold. Even in the summertime. He wears it when he goes to school. He wears it when he goes to sleep. Harold even wears his woolly hat when he takes his monthly bath. Do you wear a hat in the bath? And I certainly hope you bathe more than once a month. When Harold wears his woolly hat, he knows he is a special bear, different from all the other bears. Then one day, a crow swoops down and steals Harold's hat. Now I look just like all the other bears, thinks Harold. How will anyone know that I'm a very special bear? Harold has to win back his woolly hat. He gathers up some wiggly worms and says to the crow, "Let's trade." The crow swoops down and takes the worms and flies them to his nest. "Now please give me my woolly hat back," shouts Harold. You think he's gonna give it back? But the crow only replies, "Caw, caw, caw." So Harold tries another trade. "Here are some tasty blueberries for you." The crow swoops down and takes the berries and flies them to his nest. "Now please give me back my woolly hat." Again, the crow just replies, "Caw, caw, caw." "What a greedy little crow," growls Harold. "I'll never win back my woolly hat." Then he remembers his secret collection of shiny things. Crows love shiny things. He's got keys and a necklace and a whistle. "Here you go, you mean old crow. I've got the perfect trade for you." The crow swoops down and takes the things and flies them to his nest. "Now will you give me back my woolly hat?" Once more, the crow only replies, "Caw, caw." There's just one thing left for Harold to do. He looks very grumpy. He hides behind a rock and waits until the crow flies away. Then he sneaks over to the tree, climbs up to the tippy top, and sees, I see his hat in there. 3 baby crows. They're sleeping all cozy in his hat. Harold tucks the crows in tight, then quietly climbs down from the nest. "Even without my woolly hat," he whispers, "I'm still a very special bear." A helpful bear named Harold. Now he's giving the crow mom honey to share with her babies up there. And he gave them blueberries, and he gave them worms, and now they're learning to fly. There's helpful Harold, the special bear, and the crow mama. Oh, I like that story. So hats have more than one use for everybody, and it's very nice to share and be helpful. All right, my friends, we are ready for another round of Hokey Pokey. All right, we're just gonna pop up over here. All right, my friends, I hope you're ready for the wintertime Hokey Pokey. Ready first? You put your mittens in, you put your mittens out, you put your mittens in and you shake them all about. You do the winter pokey and you turn yourself about. That's what it's all about. Good job! Ready? You put your boots in, you put your boots out, you put your boots in and you shake it all about. You do the winter pokey and you turn yourself about. That's what it's all about. Good job! Ready? Put your hat in, you put your hat out, you put your hat in, and you shake it all about. You do the winter pokey and you turn yourself about. That's what it's all about. Great job! Ready? You put your coat in, you put your coat out, you put your coat in, and you shake it all about. You do the winter pokey and you turn yourself about. That's what it's all about. Yay! All right, that was fun. Did you have your hat on and your mittens in? Great job, my friends. We are ready for our last story. A hat for Minerva Louise. I did 4 stories today. I just had too many good ones to pick from. Minerva Louise loved snowy mornings. What kind of an animal is Minerva Louise? Is she a chicken? What does a chicken say? Bark, bark, bark. Good job. Her friends didn't like them one bit. They stayed inside all day with their heads tucked under their wings. They must be cold. Not Minerva Louise. She couldn't wait to go out exploring. Everything was so beautiful. She wanted to stay out all day, but it was too cold. She's shivering. If I had some warm things like you, she said, I could stay out and play. A scarf might help, but not this one. It's way too big. Is that a scarf? No, it's a water hose, silly Minerva Louise. And these shoes are too big too. Are those shoes? No, they're gloves. A hat. That's just what I need. Wait a minute, but not this one. Is that a hat? No, it's a pot. And not this one either. It's too heavy. Is that a hat? It's a big shoe, Minerva Louise. There must be a hat around here somewhere. Do you guys see any hats? Oh, she's missing them. Minerva Louise looked outside. Everyone had on a fluffy white hat. Oh, your hat is wonderful. Where did you get it? Ooh, look what's over here. You think she found a hat? A hat. It's perfect. But what is this? Oh, it's 2 hats. Is that a hat? No, it's a mitten with its other mitten attached, which was just fine with Minerva Louise. Oh, she's got a little tail warmer too. She is so silly. Here she is with a big sheep. Do you think the sheep thinks she's being silly too? All right, my friends, thank you for joining in today. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.